if I say I do want to mentor, then I look like an idiot that doesn't care about being good at playing football. So one of those questions that no matter what I say, you guys can write what you want to write about it. And there's a lot of questions like that. That's why I end up having to try to avoid them. I tend to try to be honest, and I've said, I'm not a mentor. I play football. I have a lot of experience that I can talk on things, and hopefully they listen. But it's not necessarily my job to make sure they listen to me. Hopefully you have a really good relationship with the guys that they're in the room, and you naturally want to do that. Oh, Joe? What do you make of what Joe Flacco is saying?
Man, that man is not there to be no goddamn mentor, man. These dudes behind me trying to take food off my plate. They trying to take money out my pocket. They here to take my goddamn job. What are we talking about? I mean, I don't know why we even asked that question. No, I'm not mentoring shit. I'm trying to keep my job as long as I can. What are we talking about? Let's be real. Let's be real.
Oh, selfish ass Ocho.
Yeah, no, I ain't about being selfish, man. It's the NFL, man. We here to make money. And you sitting behind me and me trying to mentor you, why the hell I'm gonna allow you to take food off my plate? That's what you're here for. You're here to take my job. That's what it is. This is a business. I'm not here to mentor you. You get your own shit together. We ain't in college no more. Nah.
He's absolutely right. If you say I don't want to mentor, look, that's got to be natural. It's just like you going on the job, Ocho, and some guy takes you under their wing and says, "Hey, young fella, hey, let me help you to the game. Let me tell you how I was able to stay here 25 years. Let me tell you how I was able to stay here 30 years." That's a choice that he or she makes. It says, you know what? I see something in this young man, this young woman, that I want to partake in them, and hopefully it's beneficial. But you're absolutely right. They're under no obligation. I was the opposite. Young guys come in, I'm gonna try to, hey, make sure you study. I would quiz them. Okay, this right here. What do you ask me a question. Why did I run the route like this? Why did I do it like that? X, Y, and Z. Oh, okay, I'm asking you, okay, did you not see that safety down? The safety down told you the guy was coming. So why else would he be down? If he's in coverage, why would he be down here like this unless somebody's covering and he got to cover you because he knows you're going to be the hot receiver? Right. So it's little things like that. But I agree with you 1,000%, Ocho. It's not someone's job to mentor you, because you get that on a lot of jobs. They bring somebody else in, hey, teach them the ropes and teach them how to do this. Yeah,
this is the NFL. The people sitting behind you that they tell you to teach are there to take your job. I mean, you come on, man. This is the business.
Absolutely are.
You make millions of dollars, and you understand every time someone is drafted, every time somebody is born in that room, it's to take your damn job.
Yep.
So Joe Flacco is what? How old is Joe now?
Joe got to be damn near 40, because he's 16 seasons in the league. He had to come in. I don't think he came out early.
Okay. Well,
so put it like this, he at least 38, 39. I don't know if he's 40, but he's 38, 39 at least.
Yeah, how old he is. Joe trying to keep his job as long as he can.
Yeah, because he knows what it's like. Ocho, remember, they came and got him off his couch.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to go back there anytime soon.
Now, what you have to understand is the faster he mentors whoever it needs to be, whether it's Dylan Gabriel, whether it's Shador, is one more. Who's the other one?
He turned 40, Ocho. He turned 40 in January.
Hey, the faster he mentors them, the better they're prepared to go and play. With Joe Flacco going home. Joe going home. He going back to the couch. I'm sure that's not what he wants. He wants to be in there as long as he can. And for me, I think Joe Flacco needs to start the season, regardless of if there's a quarterback competition or not. Joe needs to play as long as he can until the number 2 or number 12, I'm gonna say it like that, until number 12 is ready to go. That's it.
I agree. It's hard for me to see a scenario in which Dylan Gabriel or Shador beats Flacco out and they're like, okay, yeah, this is the direction that we're going in to start the season. I'm not sure he has a very long leash. I'm not saying they're going to let him go 8-9 games and they only won 1. Pickett might have something to say about that. Like I said, I don't know. They got a lot of... First of all, you got a lot of quarterbacks in that room. You bring Flacco back, who's a 16, 17-year vet. You bring Kenny Pickett in, from the Eagles, who's 4 or 5 year vet, and you draft 2 quarterbacks. You're not keeping 4 quarterbacks on your roster unless somebody goes to the practice squad. Well, hell, you might have 2 guys go to the practice squad because most times teams don't have 3 quarterbacks dressed. You normally go into the game with 2 quarterbacks, and you have an emergency quarterback that's normally a receiver. And when you get that situation, you just handing the damn ball off. So I don't know. Me personally, Ocho, I don't know what the Browns were thinking in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
I know what they were thinking.
Well, tell me what you're thinking. What
I can tell you what they're thinking. We need a security blanket. Our security blanket is Joe Flacco. We seen what Joe could do. When Deshaun went down and Joe had to step in, we saw him have a 6-7 game stretch where he played phenomenal. Now, obviously, he wasn't able to do it consistently because we saw what happened when he took a nosedive statistically and they started losing. But hey, let's bring Joe in because he knows the offense. He knows the receivers. Bingo. We're going to see what we can do with Joe until we get these young bulls ready. That's as simple as it gets.
Why bring Kenny Pickett back then?
Well, I don't know. You know, Kenny Pickett. Who's Kenny Pickett gonna beat out? And I mean no disrespect. We've seen the small sample size of what Kenny Pickett is doing when he was with the Steelers. What are we talking about? He's no threat. He's no threat to anybody over there. I mean, let's be realistic. And I don't mean that in a disrespect.
You say I disagree.
If he was who he was, he would still be restarting. Excuse me. It's very, very early in Kenny's career. Great dude. I love him. I love him to death. But if you are who you thought you were, who we thought you were, you would still be in Pittsburgh.
True.
That's all. And I mean no disrespect. I'm saying in the best way I can.
But and that's my thing, Ocho. That's what I don't get. I don't know why you bring 2 veterans in. You draft 2 rookies. Obviously, I don't believe Deshaun is going to be able to play. I mean, he seems to think that he might be able to play, or I don't know. I don't see that. But hey, maybe he went to a great orthopedic that repaired it. I don't know if he went to Elatrosh. I don't know if he went to the guy in New York, James Andrews. I don't know. I don't know. Watkins. I don't know who he went to. But it's just hard for me to see Deshaun playing this year when he tore that Achilles and he retore it. Yeah. That goes without saying. Now, Joe Flacco, we know what Joe Flacco is. It's been a long time since Joe has started the season for a team. He's been a backup. Guys don't perform well, he comes in. The question is, with what they have offensively, do you believe Joe can take them to the playoffs? Because right now they start the season, they're behind Cincinnati. Me, I would have them behind Cincinnati. I would have them behind Baltimore. Not sure I would have them in front of the Steelers. Now we don't know who the Steelers quarterback is.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know who the Steelers quarterback is. That is why I put the Browns in front of them, based on Flacco's resume in general. And then what we know he can do, he can bypass and steal some games based on experience alone. You got Derek Judy over there, and Njoku is over there. I'm not sure who's at the running back position. I'm not sure who the other receiver on the other side may be. But I think Joe's going to be fine. He's going to be fine until he's not. Until they feel they have to make a change, and the fans will let you know when it's time to make a change.
True. Man, that's a tough situation. That's a very tough situation. And then every day they posted the quarterback stat. Wednesday, OTA, the 28. Joe Flacco had 9 completions on 14 attempts, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 64% completion. Dylan Gabriel, he was 11 of 16, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 69%. Shador, 7 of 9, 3 touchdowns, no interception, 78%. And Kenny Pickett was 9 of 16, no touchdowns, no picks, 56%.
Yeah, I take all those stats in practice with a grain of salt.
You're an OTA. You ain't got no shoulder pads. Guys can't rush.
No shoulder pads. You got shorts on, jersey
Guys
on.
ain't trying to run through no DBs and break the pass up.
That don't mean nothing. Holla at me. Let me see how you look preseason. When we're playing against somebody that don't know what's coming. When it's live, when the bullets are flying, it's live action. You got pressure coming. You got eyes. You got hands in your face. You got 3. You got 2.5. Maybe